pitch. Ryan Overturf on your left. Eric the Thrill Rill on your right. Got a lot of nicknames for Eric, just so that you know, so be prepared for that. Eric the Rill Dill. I can do this all weekend, as Overturf is just going to play a Scalding Tarn.
The same nickname.
No, it's not. And he's going to pass the turn back over to Eric as we're underway here in round number 7.
So this is a matchup where I like Eric's build of the deck better than the red-green Valakut list we've seen earlier today. I suspect that the list that Matthias and company are playing are not great against Spell Pierces and Mana Leaks because you don't get to play Escape Shift with a bunch of mana up. Rill's deck, on the other hand, can pretty easily play around Mana Leak given enough time.
Search for Tomorrow goes on suspend here for Eric. For Ryan, he will sacrifice a Scalding Tarn. And now if you're Ryan, you've got a pretty good idea of what you're up against. You're not sure if you're up against your good friend Matthias' build of the deck, but some sort of Valakut deck is on the other side of the table. So we're going to head back over to Ryan Overturf in just a moment. He's going to play a Thought Scour on the end step. He falls down to 17, so he's already below the 18.
Yes.
That you would kind of like.
Not avoid. Ryan can't avoid that.
No.
His deck has way too many Ravnica dual lands, way too many fetch lands.
Oh, well, Tacitor on turn 2.
And that's a reason to pay some life.
Makes a little bit of sense there. Get a good clock going. Rill, going to remove a suspend counter from the Search for Tomorrow. It's down to 1.
I mean, you can see how this build, this deck that Ryan's playing would be very good against the Through the Breach style build. If Ryan has this draw with a Mana Leak, that's probably enough.
Yeah.
I don't think he needs much help beyond that.
A mountain and a pass. Here comes Tassiger. Rill going to fall down to 15. What's next here for Overturf? He does have a Delver.
You know what card's been sticking up the joint when we've had Ryan on camera?
Is it Delver of Secrets?
It's been Delver of Secrets.
Yeah. Not great. There it is. In the house. Dead. Dead.
If Rill has Nahiri here, suddenly he's ahead.
Yeah.
Play Nahiri minus, get the Tassiger out of here.
Yep. There's a basic mountain. My favorite thing is Eric Rill likes to brew. I like most of his brews. I'm going to search up a mountain here. See how he's got white mana in his deck. How's he get the white mana?
Some fetch lands.
Basic plains, Nahiri, jeez. Bye, Tassiger. I think Nahiri, Nahiri, I believe, exiles?
Yes.
Memory serves, so that Tassiger should be gone for good out of the graveyard. We'll make sure that's cleared up. Here's Explore. Yeah, it does exile target enchantment, tapped artifact, or tapped creature. You saw Bolt finish Nahiri off because, well, you got to kill that thing. And now here's Explorer. So Eric gets the opportunity to play two lands, this turn.
A little rough to Mana Leak and Explore, but I think Overturf needed to at least consider it because it's not clear he's going to get an opportunity to Mana Leak anything else.
Misty Rainforest along with the Wooded Foothills. Ryan will draw. He'll just pass the turn back. Eric's going to sacrifice both of these fetch lands. Oh, he's even got the Colony Heart Expedition. Oh,
yep.
Baby.
Another card that gives him even more game in the Mana Leak Spell Pierce type matchups. Not hard for Rill to go over the top of soft counters.
Stomping Ground and Sacred Foundry are the lands that these fetches have searched up. And now we're going to go Eric's way. Is it almost time for Escape Shift? Not just yet. Wooded Foothills the land. Let's go over to Overturf.
I mean, if Overturf's not casting anything and putting no pressure on you, just wait for... Even if he has Escape Shift, there's no necessary need for him to move.
Yeah, it's not a rush at all. There's Cinderglade.
That's been another... It's subtle, but that's been another boon here for the Escape Shift decks and the various Valakut decks. Having another Taiga in Cinderglade.
Oh, I think that matters a lot.
Having access to the right colors of mana and enough mountains to win the game once you're ready to do your thing has occasionally been a problem for this deck. And so having just more of those dual lands is a big deal.
And Valakut's the land. Overturf picked up a copy of Serum Visions. I think he's almost forced just to cast it. Hope to spike a land here.
Rill's got 5 mountains in play on top of the Valakut, so Overturf needs to get the ball rolling because now just mountains are going to kill him.
Yeah.
Doesn't even have to be any sort of Primeval Titan Escape Shift sort of deal.
There's Serum Visions for Ryan. He'll draw. Looks like Tassicker and Scalding Tarn are the options. For Overturf, he picked up a copy of Delver with the normal draw of Serum Visions. He's just looking for lands. Now, keep in mind, his deck doesn't have a ton of lands in it because he has a Delver deck after all.
Yeah, a lot of cantrips. That's how he's trying to make it up.
Yeah, just 20 lands.
And 0 Gataxian probes.
Is that paying you?
Inconceivable.
Yeah. Here's a basic mountain. Here's Escape Shift. See you later, alligator. Eric Rill going to win game number 1 here over Ryan Overturf. Escape Shift up a game over Grixis Delver very easily there. Even an Overturf start was very impressive. Kind of shows you some of the power of Nahiri there.
Yes, that was a huge tempo swing there. And Overturf missing land drops, sitting on a land full of reactive cards. Rill had all the breathing room he needed to play the game at whatever pace he wanted.
Well, let's take a look at the sideboards, and we'll start with Overturf, as he isn't going to be on the play. So you've got 4 Ancestral Vision, 2 Magma Spray, a Go for the Throat, 3 Counter Squalls, 2 Engineer Explosives, 2 Spell Pierces, and Dispel. Some good options.
Yeah, I think Counter Squall, Spell Pierce, and Dispel are all on the table here. He just needs more counter spells. That's the best interaction he can bring to the table.
For Eric Rill, a Ricochet Trap, a Boseiju who shelters all, a Reverberate, a Spell Skite, 2 Sudden Shocks, 3 Obstinate Balos, 3 Nature's Claims, an Anger of the Gods, and 2 copies of Stone Silence. So you actually get a little bit of spice from the white splash on the sideboard.
A little bit. I'm not interested in a whole lot out of the sideboard besides the Boseiju. A lot of his anti-creature measures, things like Anger of the God, Sudden Shock, Obstinate Baloth, don't really match up that well against the threats that Overturf brings to the table. I'd rather just focus on the combo here. So besides Boseiju, I would sideboard pretty light.
Fair enough. Well, these players will shuffle up in sideboard here for game number 2 in just a moment. Eric Rill currently up a game, so Overturf will be on the play. But we're going to learn a little more about the Season 2 schedule here of the SCG Tour, where we kick things off at our Columbus Invitational weekend, where Max McVitie did win that Invitational. Then we went to Milwaukee, where I was on company, got the job done 2 weeks ago. We're here in Indianapolis, where perhaps we'll see Escape Shift get the job done. And then we got Grand Prix Charlotte, and then Atlanta.
Some standard opens here in Atlanta and Orlando to start off June, excuse me. Then a Modern Open in Dallas. After Dallas, Legacy Open in Worcester, Massachusetts, a Standard Open in Columbus, Standard in Baltimore, the Regional Champions, August 6th. More information about that event as we get closer to the event. Modern in Syracuse, and then the Season 2 Invitational in New Jersey. Greatest state in the Union, August 19th through the 21st.
Now, of course, with Season 2 of the SCG Tour, we've changed things up a little bit as far as what you get for entering one of our tournaments. So, if you enter a Standard Opener Classic, you're going to get Sigarda on a playmat. If you do enter a Modern one, you're going to get Ghost Quarter, the Innistrad variety. And if you enter a Legacy one, it's Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. Again, for each of the appropriate tournaments, you get a specific playmat. So, Sigarda for Standard, Ghost Quarter for Modern, Thalia for Legacy for any of our Season 2 Opens and Classics. So come on down to the SCG Tour. Hopefully we'll see you. And I think we'll see some more of Eric Rill, who is a 5 Open wins.
Little under the radar.
Yeah.
A lot of his work he did, in sort of in the 2013, 2014 era, slowed down a little bit. Looked like he was on pace to qualify for the first Players' Championship a few years ago. Sort of stopped showing up in events, but he's back.
25 years old is the winner from Dayton, Ohio, with his 9 Open top 8s and 5 Ws. Graduated from OU with a psychology degree. Also, Nick Miller graduated from OU.
Yes,
they're both
the Bobcats.
They are the Bobcats. Great college town as well. Started playing match when he was 5, and he wrestled and played soccer just like I did during his high school years. Look at that. Got a lot in common. He wins a lot more than me, though, so don't have that much in common. Eric the Thrill Rill.
Whatever, you're still flush off your PTQ win.
Thrill Rill Assassin.
No one has.
I'll be here all weekend. Come on, that's got to count for something.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
I mean, if we're going to go with kill puns, there's probably all sorts of magic cards we could pull from.
But Thrill Rill Assassin, bang, fits perfect.
Yeah. Rilling Spree. I'm gonna write these down. There's probably a lot of really good ones.
Okay, fair enough. Does Thrill show up a lot in Magic cards? Not really, right?
Thrill?
Yeah, the word Thrill?
Not a lot.
No? It's too bad. We'll take some Eric puns.
Thrill Kill Assassin is definitely the best.
Best one by so much.
Yeah. But there are probably ones out there that are not nearly as good, but also funny because they are not very good. And that's where I come in.
That's your specialty.
Yeah.
Nice. Eric going to take a mulligan here. while he does that, we will very quickly talk about the StarCityGames.com newsletter. It is your source for Magic the Gathering news. And actually this month, Ryan Overturf's got a feature column in there all month long, so you can check that out and a whole bunch more.
A lot of information about the goings-ons with Star City Games, latest information about the SCG Tour with the selected SCG Tour Match of the Week, exclusive deck lists and advice from many of Star City Games' most popular columnists, an exclusive cardboard crack comic, and best of all, signing up is free over at go.starcitygames.com/newsletter.
Now, I've been told here by one Kevin Gerhardt that he is known as Eric Relentless.
Relentless.
Relentless,
Okay.
yeah, that plays a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe Aaron? Is there an Aaron the Relentless pun there?
Relentless Assault.
Ooh, that's,
Relentless Assault.
That's nice. That is nice. Looks like Overturf is going to start things off with a Scalding Tarn, going to fall down to at least 19. Rill did keep a 6. Relentless Assault. Oh, baby. Oh, Rill of the Hunt?
Yeah.
Hey, Swaggy Taco at Walrus Potato. None of that makes any sense, but thank you for that. Now here's Delver. Let's see how bad it is this time. That's Cinderglade. It's alive. Checking for blackjack. Ding.
Whoa!
Hello.
And what a spell to flip indeed.
Mana Leak is the reveal. Now you
That's
got a
nice.
3-2.
That's nice.
Yes, it is. Combo.
That's nice.
In for 3. Real down to a 17.
Might be going to game 3 here.
You're already closing it out right now. Is it just game over? There's an Explorer. There's an Explorer. Mana Leak that. I agree with countering that spell.
Yeah, I think I don't exactly know what was going on in Overturf's hand. I think it might have been a mistake to not counter the Explorer last game.
Potentially.
Against Rill's deck, these soft counters fall off the shelf real fast. He generates so much mana, so got to cash in.
Another Explorer. I'd counter that one too.
Yeah.
Nope.
You counter the first one, probably should counter the second
Hey,
one.
I'm just not letting you accelerate at all. No way. Also, it lets him draw a card. Like, I don't want any part of any of that. Here's a Water Grave one tapped very quickly there from Ryan. And attack for 3 from Insectile Aberration. Pass the turn back with Snapcaster plus Mana Leak available.
Nice. Some standard flashbacks here.
Absolutely. Rill is going to sacrifice a Windswept Teeth. I think we might see him search up the old plains, perhaps?
Snapcaster Mage, counter Squall.
It's pretty filthy.
Yeah.
Counter Squall, one of my all-time favorites. Big fan of that card. Don't get to see it all that much.
I love counter spells with the rub in.
The Salt in the Eyes, you lose a little bit of life. So you're a big fan of Undermine.
Love an Undermine.
Yeah. Here's Counter Squall.
Played Undermine in my old Evil Eye of Orms by Gore control deck.
Nice. I bet that was a very successful strategy.
It was pretty good.
As here's a Thought Scour from Overturf. He's going to bolt Eric. That was a beatdown.
That's how you do it. That is how you do
That's it. You talk trash about Delver one time,
Yep.
and it comes in, it transforms, and beats the crap out of somebody.
You got the legacy draw there of turn 1 Delver flip against an opponent who did nothing on the first turn, and every other game action was countered for the remainder of what was a very short game. There it is.
A lot of fun and friendly magic, which is exactly what we're talking about with SCG Game Night, where you don't bring your Delver deck. You don't do that, because that's not fun and friendly. What you do is you come and hang out and you play some Commander or whatever format your local store is hosting, and you get some sweet stuff.
Well, over at go.starcitygames.com/game night, you can find out more information about this program and find the game night closest to you. Every month, we generate new kits with new tokens and new pins. We send them out to the stores who sign up, and then the stores run game night however they want. Any day of the week, any format, just get players in the store on a regular basis for some fun and friendly magic. This is the Manatiri Mentor. This is the May kit.
What do we got for June?
Otter Spell.
Okay, very nice.
Pun on counter spell and otters.
And July?
We got Snipcaster Mage, who is a crab. I would have preferred the name to be Tiago Crab.
That doesn't make any sense.
Snapcaster, it's Tiago Chan's invitational.
But Tiago Crab is just a bit of a stretch.
Well, Snipcaster Mage isn't exactly...
Go.starcitygames.com/game night for more information. Some people have said it should have been Snap Crabster Mage.
Yeah. What about Snip Crabster Mage? why not just jam them both together?
Yeah. Snib Crab. That's just too much. No, I can't do that.
Snip Crab. I mean, that didn't. What was the one that was 2 of them jammed together? There was one recently.
Is it Slobbering Mile Driver?
Yeah.
You just take them. Just
Snip
boom.
Crabster. I can't even get it.
That's because it's impossible to say.
All right. Snipcaster it is, I guess.
Snib Crabster Mage. That's just too tough. I can't even do that. What's the hardest one we've ever had? Was it Penguillion Click?
Penguillion Click took me a little while to get down.
Yeah.
What's a
Delver Squeakrits, maybe?
Yeah, that one's tough.
Deathrite Salmon wasn't too hard.
Yeah.
That one wasn't too
There's
tough.
one. There's some one in the recess of my mind somewhere that I remember as being especially difficult, but I can't recall it right now.
Yeah, I remember I had to consistently practice Penguillion Click just to get it to roll off.
Yeah.
Grizzly Brand was pretty easy. Not too hard, but Penguillion Click was a doozy. I must say that. Both players are going to take a look at their hands here for game number 3. It looks like Rill's going to take a mulligan. Perhaps Overturf will be on another Delver draw. We'll see. Well, you know what we can talk about now? Why Eric mulligans. Creature collection stuff, man.
Sweet.
Talking playmat sleeves, player bundles for Manatiri Mentor available May 2nd, which means it's available right now. We also got Los Tigre. Arr.
I gotta say, I'm not a big fan of how close those manatees are to that boat.
Well, let's take a look again at the man. Okay, it's a little dangerous.
That's from my understanding, that's the thing that kills them.
But you know, it's just a sunken boat. I don't think it's a moving boat. I think it's just a.
They are very bad at evading boat propellers or anything like that.
Just if they're moving or not, that's just difficult.
I'm just repeating what I was told as a second grader.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Very dangerous. Anyhow, over at go.starcgames.com/creature collection, you can find all these playmat sleeves and player bundles for all of your creature collection favorites. And if you can't go to our website for whatever reason, just head over to a dealer booth at any of our opens or classics.
There you go.
Got it all there too.
Perfect. Cinder Glade is where Rill's going to start things. For Overturf, it's a Bloodstained Mire. No Delver to start this game. The Thrill Rill Assassin is going to play, or at least try to play an Explorer. We might see Ryan counter this with a Spell Snare.
I think that Overturf had the option of casting Delver on turn 1, but wanted to hit either this or Sakura Tribe Elder or Colony Heart Expedition.
There's so many 2-drops.
Willing to give up his first turn here to be able to Spell Snare the first piece of mana acceleration.
Well, fair enough. Overturf will draw. Snapcaster Mage. He does have a Delver in hand. You are correct. Interesting. Crafty play there by Overturf. Let's see what comes next here for Ryan. He's thinking Serum Visions. Draw a card, scry 2. Spell Snare and a land are going to go to the bottom. Serum Visions done resolving.
Yeah, I think for Overturf there, the ideal scenario is he finds a spell he's happy to leave on top to flip the Delver of Secrets. But with Snapcaster Mage in hand, he already has access to Spell Snare. He can flash that back, so he doesn't want to keep that on top.
Sakura Tribe Elder and a Valakut there for Rill. Pass the turn back. Thought Scour's the reveal. Transformation complete. Insectile Aberration is here. Here comes an attack for 3. Rill's going to fall down to 17. What's next for Overturf? Quite a few lands over there in Ryan's hand. He's going to play a Pluto Delta, sacrifice that, fall down to at least 16, maybe a little bit lower than that.
You know, the ideal setup here, I think, for Overturf is if he can Thought Scour himself, get a counter spell into the graveyard, cast a Tassiger, and then next turn get to Snapcaster Mage, plus whatever counter spells in the graveyard, he's got a lot of pressure and the ability to counter some payoff.
So it was explained to me by one Peter Dean Tragos, who we haven't seen in a little while, unfortunately, in the SCG Tour, but Eric Relentless is perfect because of Garrick Relentless.
Oh, that's really good.
That's actually really good. All right, you guys get some points for that. Here's a Tassiger.
And Overturf there, not only able to cast a Tassiger because of the Thought Scour, but was also fortunate enough to flip over a Counter Squall. Now next turn he has land number 4 for Snapcaster plus Counter Squall, 7 points of power on the battlefield. Really good setup here.
It's a Plains from the Sakura Tribe Elder, perhaps Nahiri on the way. See what comes next here for Rill as he does untap with 4 lands on the battlefield, taking a draw. Looked like it may have been a Lightning Bolt. Didn't get a great look at it. There is Nahiri. Up or down? Where will the Planeswalker go?
If he has an answer to the Insect Aberration, if he has a Lightning Bolt, which he does have in hand, I don't know if he has a red mana to play as well, then I think you'd want to bolt the Insect Aberration and dial Nahiri up.
Going to discard Scape Shift, draw a card, secure a Tri-Belter. I think he was trying to get a little lucky there. Peel land.
If he peels a land there, he gets a land for the turn, and if it's a red source of mana, he can kill the Insect Aberration. Now he's in a lot of trouble because his Nahiri is going to die for very little gain if Overturf so decides, and Snapcaster Mage plus Counter Squall at the ready.
Back to Rill. Got Lightning Bolt in hand, we know that. Just discarded Escape Shift. Found land a little bit late, however, with the Wooded Foothills. Now here is secure a Tribe Elder. Rill with only 2 cards left in hand. Not much left to do here for Eric.
And Overturf's got this really well set up because on the turns where Rill does nothing threatening, he can go ahead and activate Tasigur, and if something comes up, then he can counter with Snapcaster Mage.
He's actually just going to Spell Snare that secure Tribe Elder with Snapcaster Mage. A Lightning Bolt's going to take care of Insectile Aberration. And Overturf's going to sacrifice the Scalding Tarn. See who wants to dig up. Just a basic mountain. And now it's time to untap. Overturf going to draw. Picked up a Scalding Tarn. You can see his hand's not very strong. 3 lands and a Serum Visions. He does have a Tasigur he could use, I suppose. But this Serum Visions is going to have to actually be pretty good for Ryan. He'll start by sacrificing the Scalding Tarn. Let's make sure he knows what lands he has left in his deck. He'll get himself a basic island. And I think now we'll see a Serum Visions, and we do.
Yeah, there's the other scenario is Overturf just activates the Tasigur right now because he's so likely to get back Delver of Secrets. And so then he could play the Delver of Secrets on his own turn. But I think the ability to Serum Visions right now into something that matters is too valuable to give up. And I think that he found a Counter Squall, which is perfect.
Yep. An attack for 6 brings Rill down to 11. Counter Squall is going to take care of Nahiri, bringing Rill down to 9. Overturf is going to quickly untap. He'll attack here for 6. Rill is down to 3. Rill will untap and draw. Is there something nice? There is not. Probably will tighten the Lightning Bolt. Ryan Overturf going to win this match here over Eric Rill. Excuse me. 2 games to 1. Grixis Delver going to take care of Escape Shift. And for the coverage man, who is new to the SCG Live team, 7-0.